What's up, YouTube? DJ Kryptonite here coming at you. I'm on my way to the gym this morning. Just want you to, first things first, like, subscribe, comment on my videos. Like I said, my channel growing a little bit, slowly but surely, but I'm enjoying it. I love boxing talk and combat sports talk. As most folks know, I got a history in martial arts. And my dad was one of the better Taekwondo fighters in the 70s. He was ranked #1 behind Superfoot Wallace and some other names like that. I think he was after Chuck Norris. But anyway, I won't get into that. Anyway, like, subscribe, comment. But I just want to get right to it. I'm starting to notice that we hear some talk that PBC is having some issues financially. And that may or may not be the case. And the reason why I say that, because I'm starting to see the relationship between PBC and the other promotion companies thawing out a little bit, which is a bit strange because for one thing, PBC has a lot of great champions on their side and a lot more household names than Top Rank and DAZN, Matchroom. So I'm starting to see I'm noticing a little bit of negotiation, more frequent negotiation. Again, Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury, that was already in the works before Tyson Fury actually signed with Top Rank. So the two subsequent fights, the second and the third, were already kind of set in motion. But the initial one, I believe, was a PBC reaching out to Tyson to get him out of retirement or whatever, because he hadn't had a lot of fights, or he was coming off the layoff or what have you. But anyway, it started with that. And now I notice Sean Porter his pre-retirement fight, where he Fort Terrence Crawford. That wasn't even a cross-promotional thing. That was Top Rank exclusively. They handled all of the pay-per-view for that, which was a bit strange to me, because PBC typically will get into the negotiations and want some of it or some sort of co-promotional type deal. But I would imagine there were fees associated with allowing Sean Porter to fight under ESPN or the Top Rank banner, so to speak. And now we're getting wind of Adrien Broner negotiating with DAZN to fight Nigel Benn's son, Conor Benn, at welterweight, which is a bit odd to me. I love it. Don't get me wrong. I love that at least they're talking amongst each other, cross-promotionally, cross-networks, platforms, whatever the case may be. I'm very excited about that. However, I'm a bit concerned because, like I said, I'm starting to see a lot of social media outlets. I hadn't seen too much of the main media talking about it, because they typically don't air dirty laundry like that when it comes to big corporation. But I'm thinking that it may be some truth to PBC having some sort of financial, not difficulties, but it seems like they're more willing to reach across the table because they're allowing their boxers to negotiate off platform. And initially that wasn't the case. They weren't doing that very much. So now that I see Conor Benn and Adrien Broner as a potential welterweight showdown, that's great. Because Conor Benn is a great young talent, great kid. He looks to be great. He fights similar to his dad, Nigel, that kind of boxer puncher type deal. I'm still not really convinced that he can actually put up that type of display in front of somebody who has some skill or talent level, experience level. So this will be a great test for him to get in there with Adrien Broner. That's only if the Adrien Broner comes in and throws his hands, because a lot of times, Adrien Broner's last few fights, he may have had like 5 or 6 fights where he goes down early in like the first 6-8 rounds, and then the last 4 rounds he wants to put the press on out of necessity or out of because he knows he's losing the fight. So he puts the press on and he starts to let his hands go, but at that point it's too late. He's already down 8 rounds and he's trying to put the press on to make a fight out of it, sort of deal. So if we get the AB from years past, when he was thought to be the the torchbearer from Floyd Mayweather in the welterweight class, but never panned out. I think he started believing his own hype. He was trying to make more money as opposed to making himself great. So which, you know, when you let the money dictate what you're doing, that kind of drives you. You gotta want to be great. He wanted to be rich, and I think he accomplished that. I think he at some point he was extremely wealthy. I don't know what his finances are at this point. I know he made some bad choices. He probably has about 10 kids from what I understand, which is just crazy. But that's neither here nor there. We're getting into, of course, we're talking about the Conor, Benn, Adrien Broner thing. So anyway, what I'm suggesting is it may be something to it with PBC allowing his boxers to negotiate off of different platforms. And I'm not saying that wasn't occurring 5 or 6 years ago or whenever PBC started. What I'm saying, their marquee boxers are now starting to negotiate cross-promotionally. So that's key. I'm not exactly sure why, but you know, finance could be it, because I'm getting some buzz stating that you know, I guess Al Heyman isn't paying his boxers. Some of the boxers are owed money from previous fights. I think that's all rumor. I don't know how serious that is, because you know, everybody from PBC speaks highly of Al Heyman. So I'm really not buying that. We probably need to wait and see if anything comes out with it. But like I said, I think it's exciting for boxing fans like myself and true diehard fans that now you're getting this. But again, Al Heyman seems to be allowing his boxers to fight cross-promotionally with other networks and other promotion companies. And this Conor, Benn, Adrien Broner fight is the last, I guess, example of such, which should be a good fight. Again, it's only a good fight if Adrien Broner comes to fight, you know, because he talks a lot, but he doesn't back up a lot of what he talks about. That's the problem. And it looks like Conor, Benn is a very hungry young fighter, and it looks like he's going to bring it. So hopefully Adrien Broner will be ready. I'm not sure. I don't know. You know, the most recent Adrien Broner looks like garbage, and I have to say it. He looks like hot garbage. He comes in, he makes a lot of noise through the promotion and the press conferences, and then when he gets in the ring, he does absolutely nothing. So I don't know. So we'll see. Are we going to get the welterweight AB or the lightweight AB? I think he was at lightweight or 135, 140 at one point, and he was making a lot of noise. He moved up to heavy welterweight, and he was garbage. So we're going to get the garbage bearer, or we're going to get the guy that we thought was Floyd Mayweather-esque at that time. Don't know. So we'll see. But anyway, I just had to share that. But again, I like what I see. We'll see what happens with these cross-promotional fights. It's promising, but I don't know if it's promising because now we're looking for additional revenue for PBC. So PBC is allowing its boxers to negotiate. It's marquee boxers to negotiate cross-promotionally. So I don't know. We'll see if this trend continues. It'll be great for boxing. If it does, we'll see. Anyway, I got to hit this gym. DJ Kryptonite, the Fight Doctor, out of here. Talk to you later. Deuces.